Yo, what's going on? Thank y'all boys for tuning in to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. As always, it's your boy Shondell. And I got my main man with me, Shelly Shell. So yeah, we're gonna just talk about the Clippers and their chance of success, what they need to fix going into the playoffs, what they're good at, and just how high their ceiling is. Go ahead, bro. What you got for them?
With the Clippers, their success, obviously, they have to win a championship. We've been going on what we get like year 5 with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. They added Westbrook last year at the trade deadline. Then they added James Harden in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
What like they were good in the beginning of the year. No, actually in the beginning they were bad. No, they had the rough start, but then they started to they was winning. They won like 20 something games, and like in that span of like I think it was like December, January, they won like 20 something games, and then we get to February, they started to they kind of been losing, and it's because Paul George has not been PG-13. He's just been Paul George. He hasn't been playing good. James Harden he's been up and down. Westbrook coming off the bench, but he's hurt now. And now Kawhi Leonard, now he has back spasms. I know you've been all you said I think in the summer. Somebody gonna get hurt. It happens every year. Once again, Kawhi Leonard is hurt again. It's now in March. And if Kawhi Leonard doesn't play, they're not gonna win a championship. If he does play, they will win a championship. What they need to fix is they got to stop with this small ball lineup. You got to play Zubats more. Zubats is he's a good big man. He's gonna rim protect. He's not gonna go out there and get you like 15 points, but he's gonna get you probably 10, 12 points and give you like 10 rebounds. You got to play him. You got to play him more. Norman Powell has been actually really good for them. Like he's come off the bench. He's giving you at least 13 points per game. That's fine. But I just don't. As of right now, I'm kind of nervous for the Clippers. Like they've just been a little bit inconsistent. They're showing like the old Clippers. Like now, I'm starting to not trust them. Now I really don't think they can win championship because I thought they actually can win championship because they was healthy. Kawhi Leonard was staying healthy. Paul George was staying healthy. Now I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen with them, but for now, I'm nervous.
yeah, I think you got your pennies in a bunch for a bunch of nothing. I ain't gonna hold. I'm just gonna say, they 41-23. Yeah, they didn't drop the lead. They had a good losing streak, but they bounced back. Honestly, I think the Clippers' chances of winning. I think that one of the maybe like the second best team to actually win in the West. I think the only team ahead of them in the West that can truly go to the finals is the Nuggets. I think the only thing the Clippers need to worry about is obviously health, as always, and defending the pick and roll. But I think when it comes to like that chances of like actually doing something in the playoffs, I think this is their best shot. This is their best window. I can't see I can't see them getting eliminated in the first or the second round. Like I don't think there's no team, even if any of these teams that come out of the play in or the seventh or the eighth, there's no team that's putting the Clippers out in the first round. They're better than the Suns, they're better than the Mavs, they're better than the Lakers, they're better than the Rockets. There's no team there. And I think when you see them in the second round, they're probably gonna go against probably like what, a Suns or maybe a Pelicans. I don't think any of those teams are better than them. James Harden and Zubac in the pick and roll is looking too amazing. First off, you know James Harden. We all know how he get down with having a Clint Capella type big, and you get Zoo. He finishing around the rim, great. He's tall, amazing. Then even with the pick and roll, with when he hands it off to someone on the screen, he gets the ball back. He still has the chance to take off to the lane, to the hole, drive it out. Instead of finishing, he's going to find somebody on the 3-point line or he's going to kick it to somebody right there at the rim. Like right now, the Clippers, the pick and roll with James Harden at the head of it, it's too easy. I just think is no way. There's no way the Clippers get eliminated in the first or the second round. I think the only thing you got to worry about is him defending the pick and roll, which honestly they suck at defending the pick and roll. But hey, I think what you got 4 Hall of Famers on your team. Well, Westbrook out for the season, but like
I come back. He come back.
with a broken hand. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know, maybe so.
He come back.
But I don't think people have to really worry about the Clippers. I think when it come down to it, like LA right now, you got the chances of winning the chip is way higher with the Clippers than it is the Lakers.
What would you give? What would you from 1 to 10? What would you give it?
7 out of 10. They got a 7 out of Clippers got a 7 out of 10
So
chance
see,
to win. Yeah.
so see. So right now
I
the
give it a
Clippers.
I give it an 8. I give it an 8, not a C. I give it an 8.
So
Now I
the
get a Lakers like a 5 out of 10 chance of winning the
so
chip.
the Clippers they will face the Pelicans in the first round. I would pick probably the Clippers to win in the first round. Then that means they would have to face the Nuggets in the second round. That's if it just stays like this because Nuggets are number one right now. And I don't think the Clippers beating the Nuggets. The Nuggets probably are the team to beat as of right now, but they can beat the Pelicans. Pelicans got the size. I don't know really who on that team can really stop because Zion been on a heater. He been on a heater. So who are we gonna put as the Clippers? Who are we gonna put on him? Like
Who is
Paul
we?
George or Kawhi?
Who's the
Like who are the
Clippers?
Clippers?
The
Who are they
Clippers
gonna put on? Who are they gonna put on Zion?
to stop Zion.
Yeah, who are they gonna put on him?
I think to stop Zion, all you got to do is just once you get Zion in a half court offense, I'm not really worried about Zion in a half court offense because what are they going to do? Zion, because they're not going to be able to run him. They're not going to be able to run him at point guard the way they've been playing him in the playoffs. Teams are definitely going to be locked in on him. Then you're going to have Zion right there at the bottom. He's going to be getting up. He takes like 80% of his shots within the 3-point line within 13, 14 feet. He's not going to be able to get those easy layups and just go up strong like that on Daniel Tice against Zubac. He's not going to be able to just keep getting the switch off and to be able to take advantage of Norman Powell. He's going to rely on his athleticism, and the athleticism is not – he's not going to be able to keep going downhill and to be able to jump over them like that. He's going to get slowed down in the half-court offense. He's going to get put in the pick. They're going to target him on pick and roll. They're going to put him in situations where he's picking up foul and take him out of the offensive game just by getting him in foul trouble.
But this the thing though, like if they do face in the playoffs, it's gonna be matchup based. And we've seen like Willie Green. I know I've seen the notification every time I look up. He takes Valanciunas out at halftime because he's trying to play at his faster, smaller pace. And we all know Ty Lue's gonna try to do the same thing. So when they're gonna have to put Kawhi Leonard at center, why does he do that? I have no clue. But if it comes to that, Zion's just gonna expose that because they don't got nothing that can stop. They don't got nobody that can really like stop them from getting into the paint.
100% no.
Just don't.
100% no.
Like and sometimes they probably will play him at center.
You're telling me if Zion is in the paint, he's in a half court, not coming downhill. He gets the ball. He's going to get the ball at the 3-point line. You got Kawhi Leonard on him. They're going to try to switch off. And he's going to try to get ahead of steam. How many points you think Zion is getting off a switch? He's going to be trying to switch between.
Switch with who though? That's what I'm saying.
Ty Lue's he's gonna have in Daniel Tice. He's gonna have in a Paul George. Who's Zion switching off on the Clippers to score?
But you've seen him not do that though.
No, I'm not asking that. I'm asking this. Who is Zion getting a switch on? Who's Zion getting a switch on that he's scoring on the Clippers?
He's not going big, bro.
Who's he switching? Who he gonna switch on that Zion can score on?
He's gonna. Zion can really score on anybody, bro. If they try to pull a switch, it's gonna be Paul George. He can score on Paul George. If it's Kawhi Leonard, he can score on Kawhi Leonard. Daniel Tice is probably the smallest one out of the bigs. He can score on Daniel Tice.
Hell no.
Daniel Tice is not this great defender.
He doesn't need to be. That's what he don't need to be a great defender because the switch, you know what he's gonna do. I know this something you probably got to think too. This Zion first playoffs. Zion has no playoff experience, and I know that probably don't mean nothing to you, but Zion does not know how physical the game is going to be. He doesn't know the certain calls. He's not going to be getting those calls. He's not going to have that head of steam. This is a team that's seen it. They've been through the regular season. They have good defense. They're not Zion. Honestly, Zion in the first round, it's a disappointment. The Pelicans probably win 2 games. They fuck around and win 1.
That's good for them.
I don't see Zion probably fuck around and average like 17, 16 points in this playoff series against them. He ain't gonna do shit.
I'm gonna say 20 something, but not.
Fuck no. That young ass nigga ain't gonna do that shit.
No, they don't have anybody though. That's the problem. Who is stopping him? You keep
He's
saying Daniel Tice, but you know he's not gonna do that. We've had
bro. You
this
don't.
discussion.
What
We've
are you
had this
talking
discussion
about,
about Ty Lue and these small ball ass lineups. We know he's going to do that,
bro?
bro.
Listen, bro. Ty Lue is the better coach than Willie Green. It don't matter. Even if you take out Daniel Tice, you take out Zubac. Kawhi is not letting some. Zion has to get too close to the basket to score. The way the Clippers play defense, he's not gonna have. He's not first. He's not gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to get that pass that down there to the post to him. He has no post game. He's not. They're not gonna get him ahead of steam coming in the half court. It's gonna come down to Brandon Ingram having to step up. Zion is a non-factor when it comes against the Clippers in the playoffs. I promise you, it's gonna come down to Brandon Ingram. Zion, if anything, I wouldn't even be surprised if dude fucking pull a hamstring and have to sit out a game.
I can say the same thing about Kawhi or Paul George too.
Of course, you could say that, but when it comes down to a matchup between Kawhi Leonard versus Zion, I'm going with the two-time Finals MVP. Easy,
bro. And then another thing, Zion's been a really good passer this year. If they do try to double team him, someone's gonna be open. It's C.J. McCollum, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, whoever you name. So it's going to work for them. I'm not saying the Pelicans are going to win. I'm not saying that. But to say that Zion is just basically a non-factor, no, that's not true at all because they don't have anybody. I can see if they had like a Giannis type player. Kawhi Leonard is still a good defender, but he's not like how he was in his San Antonio days, and even when he was on the Raptors. He's just not that dude no more. Zion is going to be able to get by him, and then if they really want to switch, he can get Paul George on him. He can get past Paul George too. So saying a non-factor is not true, and I agree. Brandon Ingram probably might be the guy. But I can definitely see both of them averaging at least in the mid-20s. Because you got to up your scoring in the playoffs. You got to. Now, when it comes to the shooting wise, yeah, Zion ain't going to shoot. He doesn't shoot, period. But I think the Pelicans can give it a go. If they can go to 6 games, shit, that's damn near. That might be a successful season for them at least. If they win, exceeded expectations. But that's fine though. But nah, they can get at least 2 games. I'm cool with 2 games.
Yeah, I don't see the Pelicans doing anything against them. I think the Clippers, they're the best team right now. Outside of Denver, they're the best team in the West to win the chip. They're the best team.
Better than the Thunder?
Yeah, hell yeah. 100%. The Thunder right now, they're doing this. Bro, it's the same shit every year. It's a young, excellent, great team. They too good. They too good. They too young to be this good. They the same thing in Memphis. It's like It's like with the Timberwolves. Bro, they're a young team. Neither one of them teams. OKC cannot get past Denver. OKC can't get past Denver. No, Timberwolves, they can't get past Denver. And they can barely. It's barely enough faith in their fan base for them getting past the Clippers. I just don't. I'm not going to act like, yeah, I love Shea. I think he's an MVP candidate, but I'm not going to just act blind and dumb like,
you told me they was a contender like some months ago, though.
What about them being a contender and saying that they're the best team to win in the West? What is that? I'm not dismissing that.
They're a contender, though.
If they're a contender, you have a chance to win it. But the best, I'm saying.
But you just told me that. But you just said that they won't beat none of these teams.
They're still a contender, but they won't beat any of them.
You said you're not dumb, but then you just said that they won't win.
Bro, you're confused. Okay, listen,
okay,
brother.
wait. You just said that. I said, what about the Thunder? You said they can't beat Denver. So basically, they not going nowhere. Can they beat the Timberwolves?
No, the Thunder, yeah, they could beat them.
Can they beat the Clippers?
No.
Can they beat the Suns?
Yeah.
Okay, so they can only beat basically the top 2 teams, in your opinion. Top 2 teams. So that means they ain't going nowhere. A contender is like they could damn near win. That's what I consider. At least me, I consider a contender like the Celtics, Nuggets, probably Clippers, and the Bucks. I consider them a contender that they can win. You told me months ago when we did a segment, you said the Thunder was contenders. That means you had them damn near winning. But now they can't win.
Listen, okay, you're saying a bunch of things. I need for you to understand me before you keep going down this crazy rabbit hole. I think The Thunder have no true chance of beating the Nuggets or the Clippers. I think the team that has the best chance of going to the finals is Denver, the Clippers, then OKC. OKC, I think they could go to the finals, but I don't think they have a strong chance. I think they're a team that can contend for a title, but I don't put them above two or one. They can contend.
How
And
can
I'm
they contend
saying
if they can't even beat none of these good teams?
that's Sheldon. That's what contend
But
means.
they can't win. They can't beat
No,
none of
Sheldon,
these
Sheldon,
good
Sheldon,
teams.
Sheldon. That's what contend. It means that they have a chance of winning it, but I don't think. I think yeah, they could win it, but I don't think they could beat them. They have a
And they're not a
chance.
contender then.
Sheldon, that's your damn definition of it, dummy. That's your
They're not
definition.
they're not a contender then. If you're basically not these if you can't basically get to the conference finals because they're gonna have to get past the Nuggets or probably the Clippers, they're not a contender then. They really not a contender.
That's your take on your contender. I'm not telling you to change your mind, and you're not telling me to change my mind. Do you get it?
I
Do you
don't.
get it?
I don't.
Thank God. You ain't gotta get it, but just know this. You have your contenders and I have my contenders. You have your criteria, I have my criteria. Understand, buddy. It's a line. You
Yeah.
see that little line right there? Your
No.
side, my side.
No. I
Okay.
don't. I don't get it.
It's okay. You ain't gotta get it. Now go ahead and tell me more about the Clippers and that chance and that success. And you think the damn Pelicans? Who else you think the Clippers got to worry about besides the Pelicans?
If I had to choose another team,
The most predictable damn thing coming. What are you gonna say? Denver, Lakers. Come on. What do we want to hear? What do we want to say? Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry. Come on, let me hear.
I wasn't gonna say the
You gonna
Warriors.
say some predictable ass shit? Come
I
on.
wasn't. Actually, you go. Since you think you know every fucking thing, you go.
What's your fancy degree since you think you know
You go.
everything?
I don't know. You miss a week and now you come back acting like this. What the fuck are we doing?
2 weeks. So I think the Clippers, honestly, I think the only team they really got to worry about, honestly, is Denver. I think that's the only team they should set out for because they're the defending champs in the whole NBA and they're the best team in the West right now. So that's the only team you really got to worry about because honestly, that pick and roll, if you can't stop the pick and roll right now with Jokic, Jokic is a beast right now. And then you still got Jamal Murray, you still got Michael Porter, you got Aaron Gordon, super strong, super big. That's the only true team they really need to worry about. They need to worry about Denver and they need to worry about health. Because honestly, I think with Kawhi Leonard and his back spasms or even Paul George resting games because of the groin, all of that, I think that's all just to say, like, you know what? We need to make sure these guys are fresh and ready to go. I think that's the only thing they need to worry about is health in Denver. Everything else, this is the end. This is just fixing the kinks and the minors. Because right now you got Paul, you got James Harden, who clearly works as the point guard for the system. I don't know why the hell they ever thought it would have been John Wall. I never seen that come to fruition. Westbrook was there. I mean, he was decent, he was good, but you got Harden. It's just better. It's just better with Harden. And I think honestly, the only thing you got to worry about, you don't even really got to worry too much about Paul George not even playing in his full capabilities of prowess because you still have Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and the pick and roll is nasty. You guys just gotta figure out how to defend it. You got Norman Powell playing at a really, really like this is probably the best he's ever played in his career since he was with Toronto. Clippers, only thing they need to worry about is defending the pick and roll, health. That's it, really. Denver, shit, everybody got to worry about them though.
I give the Suns a chance if they're healthy. If they're healthy, like throughout, because it was the other day, all three of them scored like 20 plus points. I think their offense is like, it could go nuclear. Their defense has been pretty good too. Nurkic has been good. Grayson Allen's been shit, percentage wise, the best 3-point shooter in the league. He's gonna play defense, shoot the three. It's still their bench is still not good, but as long as KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal is healthy, I give them a shot. I give them a chance against the Clippers. Maybe not against the Nuggets, even though they did beat the Nuggets last week with no Booker. But I still give them somewhat of a chance. I think they can get probably 2 games. I think they can. The Suns. I think they can beat the Clippers. Do I think they can beat the Nuggets? No. I think they can get at least 2 games, but they can't beat them. But they can beat the Clippers though.
Yeah, I don't think the Suns got a real chance of. I don't think they got a real not this year. I think they got too much issue of a depth problem and they run too much ISO. I think it's just like the Celtics. They
They'll
run
never
too.
have. They're always gonna have a depth problem. I mean, a depth problem though. Like this is just gonna be the norm for them because they got three people. They got three people on max contract. So this is what's gonna be the norm for them as long as KD there. So we gotta have to get used to seeing like Josh Okogie, David Roddy, and Drew Eubanks. We gotta keep seeing Bobo. We got to keep seeing them type of people.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna. So yeah, I think the Suns. I don't think they have a real chance of winning anything. They have a depth problem. Too much ISO play, just like the Celtics, just like the Mavs. Too much ISO play. I think it all comes down to like Kevin Durant, and I think Denver. They're really good at like cutting players off and putting the bottom. They use Aaron Gordon so efficient to slow down that best player. So I think the Suns. It's not their time, and they got a window because they have a good contract window with those players being there. So I don't think they're like one of them teams that's at the end of the road. They have to get it done this year. So I'm not really too worried about them or even have a rush on them. So I don't even think the Suns. I think they're gonna be an interesting team. I think there's gonna always be the same thing. They're like, oh my goodness, they put up crazy numbers. They won this game. They couldn't stop two people. It's gonna always be something like that. But basketball is a team sport. It'll never just be one person that get it all done. Not even LeBron could do it against the Warriors. So yeah. But speaking about like teams, which teams have high expectations this season? The highest or the most pressure, if you want to say.
I would have if I would say the 76ers, but Joel Embiid is hurt, so it's kind of giving them a window now. He's not coming back. So so I think a lot of people expect the Sixers to just barely make the playoffs. They're gonna get in the play in. Their record is too good, so they're gonna get in. Depending on who they play in the first play in, they'll probably lose. Or they do stay in the six seed, whoever they face in the first round, they will face Milwaukee right now if it ended today. They're not beating Milwaukee with no Joel Embiid. So I would I'm not gonna give them I'm not gonna say they have pressure, but people with like teams with expectation is the Bucks. Like they have to they gotta win. You gotta win when you trade for Damian Lillard. The window is the window is open now. So it's like we gotta do something. We gotta at least make it to the conference finals. If they can get to the conference finals, and then if it's like a 7 game series with let's just say the Heat or Celtics, Cavs, whoever, I'm cool with that. But if you get, like I said last time you was on the show, if they get bounced in the first round again, failure of a season, they're they have expectations to at least get far because since they lost. I'm gonna say another team. I'm gonna say the Mavericks because last year you guys didn't even make the playoff because y'all wanted to give up at the end of the year, and now y'all still in the play in. Y'all haven't moved up because y'all need other teams to lose, but they're not losing. So they have to at least get to the playoffs, depending on who they play. They are the eighth seed, so if they win, it'll be seven. They will face OKC, Thunder and Mavs in the first round. That's a toss up. Honestly, I don't know who will win that, but they have to at least get to the playoffs. I would say the Mavericks. They got to get there. Another team, I would say the usual Boston. They know what they got to do. They got to win. Got to get to conference finals. Well, they damn near get to conference finals every year. They got to win this year. You lost in 22. Or was it 21? No, it's 22. You lost in 22. You guys probably should have won that series, but you guys didn't. And now you guys have to get back up there to the finals with this stack. This is probably the best team Jason Tatum has ever had on. Like, I mean, you can argue it. So they have to get to the conference finals. Their expectations high. So Mavericks, Celtics. Who else I say? I forgot. Oh, Celtics, Mavericks, and the Bucks. They have high expectations this year.
Yeah, when I think about these teams, definitely the number one team, I think highest expectation, I think it still falls down on 76ers. I think even with Joel Embiid being out with the torn meniscus, I don't think it matters. I think at this point, when like you draft your superstar, he's your first round pick, broke his foot, always have to deal with nagging injuries. That's just who he is. It's like that's who he is. That's who you guys like gave the contract, gave the money to. That's his issue. So at this point, it's like you can't even be upset. You can't be upset that like that's who he is. He's consistently injured. When he plays, he's amazing. He draws fouls. When he's in a playoff, he disappears. So it's like every year you come in, you expect this guy to have this MVP caliber season, and you expect him to miss games and get hurt. So it's like that's a part of the process, and you got to trust it this far. And it's like they had that chance to go to the finals. They had that chance to go to the conference finals. It didn't happen. It's just like at this point, I think it's at the end of this road, end of the road. And I think honestly, with James Harden leaving, yeah, you had an emerging Tyrese Maxey, but it just does not matter. I think right now, Philly, they accept their destiny. They're laying down, they're taking it. It's over with. It's over with. I think the process was it's been done. I think Joel Embiid being out, it just shows like, hey, it's time to move on. I mean, honestly, you guys paid Tobias Harris too damn much. Should have went after Jimmy. Messed up with Ben Simmons. It's like it's over with. It's over with. It's time. It's time. It's time to get back to what you guys good at, tanking. The other teams, I think that's like they have to do something. I think the Celtics has to go. They have to go back to the finals this year. I think when you get a team, you get five All Stars, a five All Star lineup. Come on, man, you got to go to the finals. I mean, Derek White is an All Star. Porzingis is an All Star. Jalen Brown is an All Star. Tatum is an All Star. Drew Holiday is an All Star. You have to go to the finals. You're the best team in the East. That's simple. I think the Cavs, I think they're another team just like that too. The Cavs, the expectation isn't to get to the finals, but it's to not lose in the first round anymore. I think when you get Donovan Mitchell and you get put out by the Knicks, and this year it's like you guys were the favorites last year, and y'all got put out. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That can't happen again. And now you get Julius Randle. I still don't think he's coming back. I think he should just get the surgery. There's no reason. I mean, the Knicks, they look amazing. But you guys, there's no reason why y'all should lose again. If y'all face the Knicks, I hope they do face the Knicks. They probably won't though, because they're sitting at 2 right now. But it's gonna change. It's gonna change. They probably end up facing the Magics or something in that first round. And I think the Magic, if they put them out, that's gonna suck. Cause Paolo Banchero, man, he really looking like the best thing. He looking like the best young dude out there right now. Don't get in trouble. The Magic defense is amazing. He's playing great. Yeah, so I think 76ers, Cavs, and Celtics, they got a lot to go out there and prove this season. The Bucks, I don't really think the Bucks really have because they're just like the Suns. I think they're like the Suns. They have a contract window. I think Middleton, they'll flip him, they'll move him this summer. So it's like the window is still open. They just won the finals within the last 3-4 years. So I'm saying the Bucks, they have another window to win a chip within the next, I want to say 3 years, this year included. So this year, 2 years going forward. If they don't get it done in the next 2 years, then it's like, okay, high expectations. But right now, I don't have a rush on the Suns. I don't have a rush on the Bucks. But I think with the Celtics, you gotta win. You gotta win one. I think the Cavs, you gotta get to the second round. I think with the 76ers, your best guy, this is normal. This is normal. The city's used to him being on the sideline. So it's time to move on from it. End of the road.
So what? So okay. First thing. So if the Bucks, what are they like? If they lose in the first round or second round, it's like okay, it is what it is.
What are you asking?
If they lose in the first or second round, it does for the Bucks. It doesn't matter.
Does it matter if the Bucks lose in the first round?
Yeah, like it. So if they lose in the first round again, you ain't gonna be like, they just lost. It is what it is.
I think
That's
if
how you
they
gonna think of it.
I think to answer your question, if the Bucks lose in the first round from Dame and Giannis missing the majority of the games, I would probably say it doesn't matter. But if they lose in the first round and they do have all their players, I think that's a little bit concerning. But if they lose in the first round and like Giannis and Dame misses the majority of the games, and then one game they do play, they only play for like 10 minutes, I wouldn't count that against them. But if they lose in the first round, just straight up lose, I think that's concerning. But if they lose in the first round without their best players, I don't think that means too much. It's like the 76ers. If the 76ers lose in the first round without Joel Embiid, I wouldn't say burn the city down. I wouldn't say trade the franchise away. I just wouldn't think much of it.
And that's why I was like, we probably expect the Sixers to probably lose.
And what I think the biggest thing with is because it's contextual. Joel Embiid he has a history of having injuries. Giannis doesn't have a history of injuries. Dame doesn't have a history of injuries. Chris Middleton does. It's like if Joel isn't playing in the playoffs because of injuries, no one's surprised. You get what I'm saying?
So if they lose again, it is what it is, right?
Wait, what? What are you asking?
If they you I didn't really get what you were saying about the Sixers. I don't know what their expectation is. Just like we just expect them to lose, right?
So what part are you confused about?
What is really the Sixers' expectations? If they don't have Joel Embiid, they really don't have no expectations because they're gonna lose regardless.
No, what I'm saying with the 76ers is that this isn't new. Joel Embiid being hurt and having an injury tag is not new. That's what I'm saying. You get that part, right?
Yes.
So without Joel, with him constantly having this injury and this history of dealing with some type of injury, and it's not new, my thought process that like they're at the end of the road. It is what it is. You're not gonna get any better. It's time to just move on.
That's what I said. It is what it is. But
no, that's not what you said.
But it is kind of different though, because usually he does play in the playoffs. Yes, he does not show up. Yes, but he does play. But this is different. He's missed like the last 2 months.
Exactly. That's why it's contact. That's why I'm saying it's not unusual for Joel and
how he hasn't been here.
Wait.
He hasn't been here for 2 months though.
Wait, Sheldon. You gotta let me finish. How is it unusual that Joel Embiid is hurt?
Because, bro, he hasn't been here. Usually, they would not be a 6 seed if he was healthy.
That's not what I'm asking.
No, but I'm saying
how are you saying something that I'm not asking?
If he was healthy, they will at least be probably number 4, maybe even number 3. So we're not used to him. We're not used to him at least injured around this time. Usually he gets hurt in the playoffs. Usually he gets hurt, but he still plays though.
I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying it's just normal for him to be hurt. That's all I'm saying.
He's never hurt at this time though.
He's normal. We're saying two different. We're saying two different. We're saying two different things, Sheldon. We're saying two different things. That's okay.
Is he always hurt at this time? Yes or no?
He's hurt around this time. Yes.
No, he's not. Stop lying.
I'm Sheldon. You can pull it up.
Yes, pull it up. Please pull it up.
Okay, let's pull it up.
Yes, pull it up, please. He always plays in March. He always gets hurt during the playoffs. Yes, please pull it up. And if you're right, I'll say you're right.
Okay, buddy boy. Okay, so we got he missed the game for the 26th, the 23rd, and the 1st last year. This time because of his calf, foot.
But wait a minute though. Does he come back? I'm saying missed a lot of time though. Like so 2 months. That's what I'm saying.
So Sheldon, now you're changing your question.
That's always really been my question. Does he always miss this amount of? Sheldon,
calm down. Sheldon, you asked me to pull up him being hurt around this time, and I pulled it up. He's hurt around this time. I pulled it up, didn't I?
You said 26 what?
23.
When?
He pulled it.
What month?
March. I pulled it up March.
Year? How many games did
I pulled up him missing 4 games? I got
games. What are we talking about? That's only 4
games. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then I got games after that too. I got more games. I got 4, 7, 23, 4, 21, 5. I got 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 8, 5, 10.
But does he miss this a lot of time though? That's my question.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He missed 8 games in 2 months.
That's only 8 games. He's missed 2 months. He's missed 2 months, bro.
So you asked me, you said, do Joel Embiid be hurt around this time? I pulled up him being hurt.
He's missed 2 full months.
I gave you your answer.
He's never missed this amount of time during this months of the year. He usually gets
I gave you your answer, bro.
The playoffs.
I gave you your answer.
No, you didn't.
I gave you your answer.
No, you didn't.
You said, do he be hurt around this time? And I pulled up him hurt around this time.
You don't miss 2 games. What? No, I'm talking about. Does he miss a lot of time during the months of January, February, March? Usually, he gets hurt during the playoffs. That's what happens with him.
Sheldon, it's not it's a reoccurring thing with Joel Embiid having injuries. The city isn't new to it. I'm saying simply
Yes,
there at the end of that.
You're not used to him missing all this time, missing damn near 2 months.
So you're telling me, wait, you telling me the city of Philadelphia is it's new to them Joel Embiid being injured.
Not missing. They're not used to him missing 2 full months.
And I'm not asking that. Saying. What am I asking, buddy?
Yes, he gets hurt. But
that's all I'm saying.
But but answer my question. Are they see you like to do this shit? You like to go somewhere else knowing when you're wrong? I know you like to not admit you're wrong. It's okay, bro. I'm saying, is Joel Embiid around this time miss a lot of games? You name 8 games. 8 games is 8 games. I'm talking about damn near 20-something games. He doesn't miss this amount of time during January, February, March. That's what I'm saying. They're not used to that.
Hey, brother.
Take the L, bro. Just take the fucking L, bro.
Sheldon.
You like to never admit you're wrong, but it's okay.
Sheldon. Sheldon, you're completely off topic.
You don't never like to admit you're wrong. I've never heard you admit you're wrong. You always gotta dodge some shit.
Okay, Sheldon. What
come on, bro?
Okay, do this for me, Sheldon. Do this for me.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
What's my point? When we say high expectations this season, end of the road teams, most pressure, what's my comments about the 76ers? What did I say? When I say high expectations, the most pressure this season, I said the 76ers. What's my comments?
You just said that we're used to them not doing nothing.
That's not what I said.
What did you say then?
I said at this point, when you draft your number one guy, your franchise player, you give him a contract and he's constantly having injuries and he has the injury tag on him, you're used to it. It's the narrative. They should have won when they had that chance to go to the conference finals, but they didn't. They didn't get it done. Hey, you know how it plays out with him in the city. I think right now, you just have to move on from it, get back to what you're good at, get back to tanking. I think it's over with. I think it's done. You see what it is without Joel? I think you move on from it. That's my comments.
But my thing is they're not used to this though.
Okay,
That's
Sheldon.
They're not used to this.
Sheldon. It's just my comments. You don't have to say word for word what I said. It's okay.
All I'm saying is they're not used to it. That's all.
Okay. Now, who are the biggest threats?
Never want to admit.
Yeah, who are the biggest threats to the Nuggets?
You can go first.
I think the biggest threat to the Nuggets, honestly, there is no team that's a real threat to them in the West. I think they're just that much better than a lot of the teams in the West. I mean, you could come down to it. The best duo in the West, I believe, is the Mavs and it's Kyrie and Luka. But even that duo isn't coming close to like Jamal and Jokic. I think they're amazing. I think when you think about this, I think about the Celtics being a threat to them. Jokic, he's 28 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, averaged that in the last 6 against the Celtics. Against the Bucks, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Like the best team in the NBA, that the Celtics and the Bucks, the biggest threat to them is like that guy's just that good against them. And honestly, the way he exposed the Celtics that inefficiencies with Jason Tatum, making him a non-factor in that last game they played against him. Man, the Celtics and the Bucks, it's like if that's the only chance you got for Denver to lose, it's like I don't really see how Denver got to worry about anybody. I think the biggest threats is the Celtics and the Bucks, but they're just still the mile high city, and they're above them by a lot. That's what I think. The pick and roll is amazing. Celtics rely too much on ISO plays with Jason Tatum. I mean, that 4th in ISO plays with Tatum. And then that 7th inefficiency with it. But even then, they take Tatum out of the ball game with it. The way they slip off putting Aaron Gordon on him, you can't bully Aaron Gordon. Jason Tatum can't bully him. And then you get Drew Holiday with the penetration. He's good. He's amazing. Get the ball to them people, but It just doesn't matter. Drew Holiday just can't score like he needs to against them. And honestly, the way they play off ball defense, the Nuggets, amazing. They stopped the Celtics. They're better than them. And then with the Bucks, you need Dame to play much better than what he's playing this season to beat them. And I don't think that happens till next season. So I think that's the biggest threat to them. But I don't think they're really worried about them. I think they might repeat. I think Denver repeats. But yeah, that's what I got. What you think?
Biggest threats. I would say the Celtics. Celtics rely on the three ball. Like when they hit their threes, they're on, and they win majority. They win damn near majority of the games. But when the three ball isn't rolling, that's gonna probably be their Achilles heel. And that's what I said last week. I said, is that gonna are they just gonna be 3 point happy? I do agree with Aaron Gordon. Like he's gonna probably guard if they do match up in the finals. He's gonna guard Jason Tatum. And Aaron Gordon is what probably like 230, 240, whatever you want. I don't know, but he Brown there, what 6'9". So Jason Tatum isn't gonna be backing him down and trying to know. That's not gonna happen. And you also got Michael Porter Jr. Yes, Michael Porter Jr. isn't this amazing defender, but he's still another big body. So they're gonna probably put him on say Jalen Brown, and obviously the dribble the dribble handoff with Murray and Jokic. It's damn near unstoppable if we're being honest. But the Celtics, they do have the best lineup on paper. If you want to say the Nuggets, fine by me. I'm not gonna argue that. But they do have all these all stars on their team. Bench is still questionable outside of Al Horford, but Kristaps Porzingis is the key. If he's gonna play like what he did last week and was basically getting baby by Jokic, they're not beating the Nuggets. But if Kristaps Porzingis is on, and if we can get a good Jason Tatum in the finals because he did not show up in 22, they definitely have a chance of beating them. I probably would still put my money on it that they can beat the. They could probably beat the Nuggets. They got to hit their 3 pointers. They got to be able to drive to the hole. I know they don't like to drive to the hole, but there's really no one there. There's no rim protection there. Jokic isn't this damn near rim protection. He ain't Rudy Gobert on the defensive side. So yes, you can get there.
They rank better than on the defensive rating though. They're like in the top five.
Celtics number one though.
Celtics number one in defense. You sure? I thought it was
Last
Denver.
time I looked,
It might be Celtics. I'm pretty sure, but Denver like one. I think Denver probably
if
two.
anything, I would say they're no, they're. I think their defense. Last time I checked, because I did it last week. Their defense, I think it was top four. I think it was at number four.
It's the
So
Boston Celtics at one, then it's Denver at two.
okay, so top two defenses in the league. That's fine. Celtics, they got the best offense in the league. They score like 121 or 24 points per game. So they are able to score, and I think they do have a good chance. The Bucks, I'm not gonna lie. I get the Bucks probably not no chance against the Nuggets. I really don't. I'm only saying they're a threat just because they're second in the East and they do have Giannis and Dame. But I'm not gonna say they can beat them, but they're somewhat of a threat. Giannis Giannis is gonna give you what he does, but if Mike Malone makes a wall, what is Giannis gonna do? But now I know we got Dame now, but Dame doesn't really play that good in the playoffs. He's played good in the lesser rounds, but let's just say they get to the finals. We don't know what Dame's gonna do. I don't know. We don't know. A lot of people don't know if he's gonna show up or not. Chris Middleton be hurt. So what is he gonna look like in June? And I still don't trust them. I still don't trust they role players. So I really don't give them no shot. I said the Suns. I think they got a chance. Do I think they win? No. I think they won't win. Clippers, they got a chance. Everybody got to be healthy though. If everybody's healthy, they got a shot. They got a shot. I would probably give them. I give them 45% chance. I give 45% that they can win. The Cavs, I don't. They first of all, I don't think the Cavs ain't. They not getting past probably the second round anyway. And all these other teams in the West, if the Timberwolves was healthy, I give them a shot. I give them. They said it last year. Timberwolves was they gave them the hardest challenge, even though Even though they lost 4-1, they gave them the hardest challenge, and that's because of that big lineup and the Timberwolves. They got they got a top three defense off the top of my head. They got a top three defense, so they really got to shine at the emergence of Ant Man. And if Cat can come back, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think so. If anything, he might come back, say like later in the series. But I'm gonna just say he doesn't come back. I would give them. I would say they will be a threat, but not with no Cat. So really, just those teams: Bucks, Celtics, Timberwolves, healthy Timberwolves, Suns, and Clippers. Those would be my threats.
I think the Bucks got a better. I think the Bucks got a better chance of beating the Nuggets than the Celtics. I think because you do mention though, like the Celtics have a lot of heavy 3-point shooting, and I think it's all like it's the head. It's all Jason Tatum, and the way when I watch that game, Jason Tatum gets snuffed out. Like Mike Malone, he tested some things out. He tested some things out that if just in case they seen them for the playoffs, and they made him a non-factor. They really cut them out. He really made them shoot, made the role players like the Hauser type guys shoot a lot of 3-point shots. He took the ball out of Tatum's hands, made him inefficient, really showed that Jaylen Brown made him have to step up and play the role that Tatum had to play. And they really clogged him up on the inside, and they made the other guys shoot the three. So I think honestly, when you look at it for me, it's that like the thing with the pick and roll for like with the Celtics, because Drew Holiday, his offense just isn't there. But I do think Derek White, it's gonna be Derek White. It's gonna be Derek White, KP, Jaylen Brown. Those are the guys you're gonna depend on because Mike Malone is gonna take Tatum out of the game. But I do think when I think about the Bucks, I think the better guy to have is Bobby Portis because I think Bobby Portis' ability to hit the three ball and he has the size. I think he's going to be able to fare and Doc's going to be able to use him in a way more useful situations than the role players of like the small body of a Derek White or the small body of a Drew Holiday because I don't think Drew Holiday has enough to truly slow down a Michael Porter Jr. or Aaron Gordon or even just a Jamal because Aaron Gordon setting that pick, that screen, and then because it's gonna man, that pistol action is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be Jokic. He's gonna tap pass it. He's throwing it. Soon as Jamal passes it to Jokic, it's getting tapped right up to Aaron Gordon for a slam, or they're kicking it to Michael Porter for that 3-point line. But I do think if you get Dame Dame's the ball handler, that pick coming from Giannis, you have to follow Giannis. But it's like you can't sag off on Dame. Is he gonna shoot it? But if he drives, he's kicking it to that guy, Pat Connaughton or Bobby Portis. I do think it's gonna be more of a Bobby Portis. And I think that size is what it's gonna come down. I think honestly it's just gonna come down to like size. Because like, man, getting bumped around really messes with your shot a lot. And I've seen how it affects Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown getting bumped. When they bullied KD and then they went on and got bullied by the Bucks in that playoffs, like I don't. And then that last game, Jokic is just too good, man. He finds that pass, and Aaron Gordon is an amazing cutter. I don't see how the offense of the Celtics can pair up with them. And Jokic loves going against his other European guys. He gonna punish KP. But KP plays pretty decent against them, but KP is not gonna be able to just sit back. Jokic is gonna put him in foul trouble. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what's gonna happen with the Celtics. I don't think what's worked for them in the regular season is going to be able to cut it against Denver. Mike Malone is just that good of a coach. He has the better tools.
If I'm being honest, I don't take nothing away from these two games. If we're being honest, because first of all, they played them in Boston. Jokic went nuclear. Jamal Murray went nuclear, and they only won by 2 points. If Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown gives you 3 more points, they win the game. The same with in Denver. Jason Tatum had a terrible game. You just said it. Jaylen Brown, he was the man. And Porzingis, he gave you 24, and they only won by 6 points.
But that's exactly what Mike Malone does, though. He does exactly that. Like you're saying, if he only gives you more, if he's taking your best player that you know, the Celtics run the 4th most ISO plays for. It's the 4th. It's Jason Tatum. You take Jason Tatum out of the equation, you make those other guys take. It's gonna always come down to the narrative going to be, oh, if he just does this, if he just does, it's never going to be that to win, to beat them in the series. It's going to always come down to that. He's going to make those other guys pay, and they're not going to be able to step up to play that. They can't get 28. If Jason Tatum get 28, they win. But if Jaylen Brown get 28, they still lose by 6. They lose by 4, by a shot. That's just what he equates to.
How? Jaylen Brown had 41. They only won by 6, and Jason Tatum had a bad game.
I'm
They
telling
barely
you.
beat them.
But you shit, if it come down to who got the better stat line, yeah, the Celtics will win. But Denver is better. Denver's better. If it was that simple.
I'm not arguing that, but it's just like they just not just so much better than them. I don't think they cleared them. Like,
Am I saying they cleared them?
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying in general. I don't think they cleared them. If you want to say they're better, that's fine. But to say like they just can't beat them, it's like, bro, they barely won and they're bad and their best player just had a bad game. Yes, he took him out the game. Drew Holiday, like I said it earlier. I was like, I'm not worried about Drew Holiday and his offense. That's not what his game. That's not what he's there for. He's not there to give you 20 points. Derek White has basically been the 4th best scorer on the team. So if Derek White doesn't show up on the offensive end, I'm worried. If Drew Holiday doesn't show up, it's okay. As long as you bring that defensive player of the year type defense, I'm cool. But for them to win, Jason Tatum, he does have to play better. You can't go 5 for 13, brother. Like, you got it. You can't give me 13 shots. I'm sorry. And Jaylen Brown give you 29. Porzingis, I'm good with Porzingis. 29 for 23 is terrible. I ain't gonna count. That's really bad for 24 points. But if they can get 20 plus points from their 3 best players, they definitely got a good chance of winning. But like if Murray he did have a bad if you want to say he had a bad game, it was really Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was the difference maker in that game. Aaron Gordon might be the best slasher in the NBA damn near. Because with him and Jokic and that all the way, them alley-oops every time to the rim, it's like, damn, you can't stop that shit. I definitely give them a good chance. Now the Bucks, like I said, I don't know what everybody else is gonna do. I don't know what Bobby Portis is gonna do. Bobby Portis hasn't even been really that good this year. We're being honest, and there's a shot that he probably won't even show up and say they do go to the finals. I'm picking Denver over Milwaukee. I'm picking them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go ahead. Throw up the next topic.
Do you think the Miami Heat can make another deep playoff run? We seen them. They had this magical run last year. They went to the finals. The year before, they went to the conference finals. In 21 they lost in the first round, and then in the bubble they went to the finals. Do you think they can make another deep playoff run with this specific team again?
Yes, of course. It's the Miami Heat. You can never count the Miami Heat out. Whenever you count a team out down there with a bunch of boys down there disciplined, not eating cookies, going out in the club, all they do is play basketball and work out. You can't count no team out like that that's that disciplined. So it's Miami. It's Jimmy Butler. He turned into a different animal during the playoffs. He don't take the regular season serious. Tyler Hero been out of the lineup, but it don't look like it's really killing them. Bam has been playing better. Besides this last few scratch he hasn't been that amazing. But it's the Miami Heat. I think that's one of them teams, like, no matter where they land at, they kind of remind me of like them 2000 Spurs. It don't matter where they land at, as long as they're in the playoff, they're going to always do something, make some noise, and rattle things up. I think if you try to underestimate that team, they're going to catch you off guard. They're going to knock you off. So I think, yeah, they have the potential of making another deep playoff run. I think, honestly, you can't count them out, because if you try to count them out, that's when they sneak up on you, and that's when they knock you out. I think that's what happened with Boston. I think that's what happened with the Bucks. When you got to take that team serious. Any team in the playoffs, you need to take them serious, especially with a self-made superstar like Jimmy Butler and Bam. that's a duo that's not to be disrespected. You got to give them their credit. So yeah, I don't. I think they got the potential to make another deep playoff run. I don't underestimate them. I think teams should pay attention.
I don't think they can make another deep playoff run this year. Their offense is damn near bottom five. I just looked it up. Yeah, they're 27 in offense. That's only 110 points per game. And then if you go up against say Boston again, I think this Boston team is different. Yes, they've gone into battles. Like they faced each other in the conference finals 3 out of the last 4 years, damn near. They go into battle, but this Boston team is just different. This Miami Heat team, their offense isn't good. Yes, Jimmy Butler, we have seen him playoff Jimmy. He only did that in the first round, and then he didn't do shit really the rest. Bam is good. Tyler Hero, once again, I don't know why this dude gets hurt. He gets hurt every year, bro. I thought he was gonna be healthy somewhat. He's not healthy again. Jaime has come back down to earth. He was good in the beginning of the year. He's come back down to earth. They're relying on guys like Hayward Highsmith, Duncan Robinson, once again, always inconsistent. I just don't think they have enough this year. I think they could get to like the second round, like because right now they're in the play-in. Obviously, if they beat the Pacers in the first round, they would have to face against the Cavs right now. I think they could beat the Cavs. I think they could beat the Cavs. But when you got to go up against Boston, they got Milwaukee known for some apparent reason, but maybe this Bucks team might be different. If they got to face them again in the second round, I don't see them beating it. I just don't think they have enough offense. Like they made some moves. Terry Rozier has kind of picked it up. I think some people probably was like they're expecting maybe like 17, 18 points per game. We're not really getting that type of Terry Rozier. We're not going to get 20 points per game like he was in Charlotte. We're not getting that. Tyler Hero isn't there. I just don't see them making a deep playoff run. Yes, it is Miami Heat culture, all that BS. Not this year. This offense it's just not good. Defense still great. Defense is still good. They're like top 5 in defense. But that offense, man, when you got to go up against, because I've seen them face the Celtics multiple times and Celtics been whooping their ass.
What's the difference between this team? What's the difference between them this year and last year?
I think last year they had more guys that was stepping up. We saw Gabe Vincent. We saw Max Strus. They was giving them. We saw Caleb Martin. He won the Eastern Conference Finals trophy thing, like MVP last year. He won the MVP. They was getting guys that was stepping up.
Jimmy won that.
You're right. Caleb Martin should have won. You're right. Caleb Martin should have won because he saved his ass. He should have won. But they was getting guys that was giving them production. This year, they're really not getting that.
But we didn't see them guys stepping up, giving them that type of production until the playoffs started, though. So that's why I'm asking, like, what's the difference?
Caleb Martin and Max Strus was always doing. They was doing something though.
But they went to a higher. But during the playoffs, they went to a higher level. So it's like even this right now, it's like you still seeing guys like Duncan Robinson just came off of a heater. Terry Rozier, he's still finding his footing in there. He was traded mid-season. So I'm really trying to figure out, it's like once the playoffs start and the Miami Heat do seem to get to a higher caliber during the playoffs. So it's like, what's really the true difference?
Their offense is worse. I don't really see Jaime Jaquez going up, being this, like, I was gonna say a heater, but like basically doing what Max Strus was doing. Max Strus was on a heater last year. Duncan Robinson on another level.
He's a rookie. He is a rookie though.
It doesn't matter. Shit, people don't think of him as a rookie though. He wasn't hooping like a rookie in the beginning. He wasn't hooping like one. So I don't see those. And once we haven't seen Terry Rozier in the playoffs since he was with Boston. What is he gonna do? I don't know what Terry Rozier is gonna do. So I just don't trust these players. I don't trust Jaime. I don't know what Terry Rozier, but I'm not gonna trust him. I don't trust Hayward Highsmith. Kevin Love, he's old, bro.
So the biggest difference I'm hearing when you saying from this year to last year is that it's just different players. They haven't shown you anything, and you don't trust them. Is that what you would say? Your biggest difference? You don't trust them?
Yep. Yes, I will say that. I mean, they got the Heat coach on their side, so I think we expect them to turn it up in the playoffs.
What if they put the Celtics out again? Because typically they go
Oh,
back and forth.
then we're gonna have if they put them out again, we're gonna have nasty conversations.
If they because typically they go back and forth. It goes Celtics Heat, Celtics Heat. So this year it's time for the Heat to put them out. I mean, well, the Celtics to put them out again. So they've been going back and forth the last 4 years. So shit, who
I mean,
knows?
if the Heat lose, no one's gonna be like, "Oh my God, the Heat lost." No, we're gonna be like, they wasn't really that good. They've been struggling all year. I think I'm like I expected the Heat to lose against whoever. I think they
Yeah,
can get to the second round, and then whoever they face, they'll lose.
yeah, I think that's what it is. Like for me, I wouldn't count them out. I do think the Cinderella story may be over with. I think last year was the best version, the best because they had the bubble, then they had the Cinderella story last year. So it's like I wouldn't count them out. I wouldn't count them out. I wouldn't underestimate them. I see it as like Cell, and you had Goku told Gohan getting a Cell against Cell. So it's like, hey, you gotta be careful. Don't underestimate them, but you know it is what it is. I think the Cinderella story may be over with, but don't let your guard down. They can always
Definitely,
sucker punch you.
definitely letting my guard down against them.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that. And
And then
probably
even if they do go back to the finals, no one's gonna pick them to be whoever. I don't think they could be none of those teams in the West. Not one. The only teams they probably could beat in the West that hypothetically they go to the finals,
Timberwolves, OKC.
I don't think they can beat Timberwolves. I'm gonna say Pelicans. I don't think they can beat OKC. Well, they got size. Well, I think it'll be a battle. I think it's a coin flip.
Rudy has always been a non-factor in the
I would
playoffs.
say, I would say the Pelicans, and I would probably say the Kings. Those are the only teams, and probably the Thunder. Any other team, if somehow Denver, Timberwolves, Clippers, Suns, shit. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that. So those are the only teams they can be. If they got, if somehow Pelicans make it, yes, I think they can.
No, thanks. Jason Tatum is third in ISO plays in the league. God damn, that's pretty high.
I am not shocked at that.
That's too high because I think it go Luca, Shea, Tatum. That's too damn high for Tatum. Man,
How is it too high? I mean, he's always kind of been like that though.
he got 4 All-Stars on the side of him.
But that's always been his game though. He's not gonna change his game though.
I still think it's too high. With 4 All-Stars on the side of you, you're fourth.
Mm. Yeah, he's not.
Pretty high.
But he's not gonna change his game for that. Jalen Brown, I mean, he the same thing. He does a lot of he does some decent ISOs. He ain't gonna change his game. That's just how they are. And it's always gonna be like that as long as both of them on the same team. It's always gonna be like that.
Always, always, always. No one knows the future. Okay, so last topic.
For the last 6 years.
You say for yeah, there you go. We know the past, we don't know the future. So MVP, who you got for your MVP?
I got Jokic. I think Jokic is the MVP. I know a lot. I know people have Shea. The only reason
People?
Shea is
Who the fuck is people? We talking about you.
can I talk, please?
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is you talking about. We talking about your
other
MVP.
people. I said,
Nigga, this your
oh my
podcast. We don't
God.
give a fuck about them. Who the
Can
fuck
I
is
fuck,
we?
can I say what I gotta
Go ahead.
say?
Come on,
Damn,
man.
I'm gonna start over. I got Jokic as the MVP. I see a lot of people have Shea because of him with the Thunder having this great year. He's averaging 30 plus. Team was damn near number one all year long. But I think Jokic, he's damn near averaging a triple double. You can argue they've probably been the best team all year. I know they was just third, like a couple of days ago. But I just feel like Jokic has just been better. Like he just been better than Shea. Yes, Shea averaging 30 points, but Jokic is just a better player. And he got the better team. So Jokic, because Jokic is averaging 26, 12 and 9. Damn near. He almost up there with Westbrook. So I just feel like Jokic, he hasn't been the clear. Well, it would have been Embiid, but he's hurt. But Jokic, I'm gonna go with Jokic as my MVP.
Yeah, I'm not giving Jokic the MVP again. You already had it 2 times. Share the hot sauce. I'm saying the MVP is Luca. Luca is the MVP or Shea. That's what I'm going with. I think, bro, if you already had it 2 times already, you're still playing great, amazing. We get it. That's like Bron should have been MVP all those times. He didn't get it because he was in Miami. Jokic is the same thing, voter fatigue. Giannis, same thing, voter fatigue. Bro, you could win it every year, but you gotta share. It ain't all about you. Share the damn ball. I'm not voting Jokic. I'm not voting Giannis. I'm not voting Joel MVP. No, I'm giving it to Luca or Shea. That's it. And I'm only giving it to Shea because Shea got the better record. But overall, Luca come in every year, play amazing. Team don't win like that, but God damn it, it's Luca. It's Luca magic. Holla Luca. I'm giving it to Shea or Luca.
I feel like it just depends on what your criteria is.
Here we
Like
go
if
with
it
this
was
shit.
just like dominance, Luca would probably be it. Like if it was just straight dominance, don't care what your record is, he would probably win. The man just had 30, what, 6 straight, 7 straight 30-point triple doubles. He has been killing since the All-Star break. Like, and if you want to say Shea, I'm cool with Shea. But me, I feel like you gotta be dominant and you gotta be winning. Like I've been said it, I said it in the beginning. I was like, Luca does this every fucking year. He's always gonna be this. He always gonna be the favorite to win. He plays good, but his team don't do nothing. His team is always not good, so he'll never win. And I said, if somehow he can get to the fifth seed, he can get it. I think he'll get it. But if he keeps staying in the eighth seed, he ain't win that shit. He'll never have a chance. He might have like a couple of votes, but I'm not giving it to him. Your team ain't good, bro. You should not have. You are a superstar and you have Kyrie as a star and y'all in the play-in. Y'all better than that. Y'all got to at least be. I thought they could at least probably be at least top six. Not no damn play-in. It's that defense. That defense is bad. That defense is terrible. I feel like it just depends on what your criteria. Because it sounds like just who's just so good. I understand that, and I would agree. But I'm adding winning and dominance. I'm adding winning.
What do you think about Book being MVP?
He won't win that shit.
I said, what do you think about it?
He won't. I don't think he'll win because he has Kevin Durant to deal with.
What do you think
He's
about
gonna can't.
Sabonis?
He won't win. He's
I said,
just
what do you
not.
think about it?
He won't win. I don't think he'll win.
Okay, outside of just saying not they won't win,
I don't
they
think.
won't
I don't
win.
think he has a chance.
Why do
I
you
don't
think? Okay, let me
because
ask you
those
this.
other players are just better than him.
Okay,
They have been better.
could you make an argument for me telling me why you think the MVP should either go to Sabonis or Book? Between those two, which one are you voting for and why?
I would give it to Sabonis because honestly, all I gotta say is the same thing. He's been the healthiest. That's my only argument. He's been the healthiest. He's basically been averaging a triple double shit the last like month or something. And he's just been their best player. He's been there on the court. Yes, they're in the play-in, but he's just been more consistent. De'Aaron Fox, he's not playing like how he was last year. He's playing, he's still playing good, but he's playing down to last year. But Sabonis, he is taking another level. But just between them two, I'll give it to Sabonis, but shit, that nigga ain't got no chance.
Okay, between Shea Gillis Alexandra and Anthony
Gilchrist.
Edwards. Shea Gillis Alexandra.
Gilchrist, bro.
Okay, Shea Gilchrist Alexander
Yo,
and
I
Anthony
did correct it.
Edwards.
You correct me, but when I correct you, it's a problem. Okay.
Okay, between Shea Gilchrist Alexander and Anthony Edwards, if you have to vote for either one, who are you giving the MVP to and why?
I'll give it to Shea. Give it to Shea because he's just been better than Ant-Man all year. And Shea Gilchrist he's been like their only, not bright spot on offense, but he's the only one that's, I think if I'm looking at this correct, I think he's the only one that's giving them 20 points per game. And I can't say their team is better, but not their team is better, but like they've been kind of neck and neck. But I just think he's just a better player. I just think Shea is just a better player, honestly. There's really nothing I can like argue that.
Okay.
Can't even, nigga, don't like getting corrected, but could correct me all day, every day, bro.
Sheldon, bro. Please, man. Please, bro. Please.
You are funny, bro. You are one funny guy.
Please, Sheldon.
You're funny, bro.
For sure.
You're funny. So who would you pick? You asking me this? Who would you do with all of
But
them?
between who? Go ahead, ask me a question, bro.
The people you name.
Ask me the question.
No, the people you name. Name
Sheldon,
them.
that's what I'm saying. Ask
Name.
so when
Who
the
were the
video
people again? What was it? Sabonis and Book? Who would you pick?
could you ask me the question in the proper format so when it's clipped it can be right?
Who are you picking for MVP? Sabonis or Book?
I'm gonna go with Sabonis because the offense runs through Sabonis. Sabonis, his handoff, the assist, the ability to be a big, and he's been playing so much better offensively, finishing around the basket. His free throw percentage is up. His rebounding is amazing. And first of all, I think he's just a baby version of Jokic. He's amazing. And you get a guy next to De'Aaron Fox next to him, and then you get Sabonis who's outplaying him. That's amazing. He's not darting down the court. He's rebounding. He's finishing.
Free
He's
throw percentage is not up, but okay.
from last year.
It's actually lower from last year.
What is it?
It's 70%,
What was it last year?
74%.
Oh shit, my bad. I got that wrong. Okay.
Finally, you admit you're wrong, brother. I'm just okay. We'll go back again. Who's Shea Gilchrist, Alexander, and Anthony Edwards? Who do you have for MVP between
I'm
those?
gonna give it to Shea Gillis Alexander because he has better defense than Anthony Edwards. I think offensively, Shea is the much better offensive player. It's not even close. I think defense wise, Ant is close to him, but I just like how Shea is just a much better on ball defender, much quicker lateral, and he finds the pass. He gets more people involved. I think Anthony Edwards' offensive game is amazing, but sometimes he does have his mishaps where it's just like he's not really in a groove. He's in his own head. He's falling off. I think he still needs to get there offensively to truly be one of those players like the Shea, the Ja, the Trey Young. But I think he's right there. But I think Shea is just still worlds ahead of him.
I don't disagree with that. I just think they have two different responsibilities. Like Shea has to damn near do everything. He has to facilitate. He's got to get to the rack. He's got to play defense. I don't think Anthony Edwards. It's not like he's the one that's like facilitating for them.
Well, Shea is a
And then
point
he,
guard.
yeah,
Shea is
and
a
then
point
he.
guard and that's a forward.
You said what?
Shea is a point guard and Ant's a forward, so they have different responsibilities.
I
I
know.
think,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
even the responsibilities as a forward, I think Ant fulfills his responsibilities as a forward, but just as a guard, the guard is the hardest position in the league right now. So I think Shea is gonna always have to do more. He does more. He plays it at a much higher caliber than any other guard in the
I,
league. Like he's
I feel
top
like
five in guards.
I feel like if Cat wasn't there, and let's just say Mike Conley, like as like the point guard wasn't there, I could see Ant damn near averaging the same amount as like assists and probably 30 points per game too.
I can't see that.
But it's just Shea don't got that type of player. He doesn't have a Cat on his team. Like I just think they just got two different responsibilities. If it was the same, I think Ant could do it. I think he could average 30, maybe assist wise. Well, he's averaging 5 assists, honestly. So Shea, what is Shea averaging on the assists? And he's really only averaging one more than him, so it's really not that big of a deal.
What's the point?
Hmm?
Point what? 6 point what?
6.4. 6.4. And Cat and I said Cat and is averaging literally 5 assists per game. 5.0. So but like if he didn't like we're probably gonna see now with Cat out, Ant Man is probably gonna be averaging 30 points per game. If it was like that all year, I think he could do the same thing, but that's why he's not in the MVP discussion. He will though eventually, just not this year.
I don't know. Timberwolves, they weren't that good last year without Cat, so who knows if they can even hold on without him.
Yeah, that's true. Because I don't think they're getting back to number one or number two. I think they're probably going to stay at number three, or probably, and the lowest they'll probably go is number four. So I thought they would slip down a little bit, but not significantly. They're 45-21. They're a game out, but I think that's where they'll stay at all year.
Yeah.
All right, you can end it.
And this fucking screen.